Hello, everybody. I just want to check that it's all good um, and that you guys can hear me because I'm pretty new to this um, technology. So I'm excited to see how that's going to work. Oh, and I also want to read your comments. Okay, so fine. I'm seeing you guys, and yeah, I got tested positive for COVID. This is this is my first test that I did. I started to feel kind of weird, so I decided to take a test. I had this antigen test at home, and I got tested positive. At first, it was weird because I thought that I didn't do this test right, but um, yeah, apparently I did do it right, so I tested positive at home. Then I wanted to go to confirm it. So I basically went again to this clinic of MDA and did a test there. Came out positive. So as of now, I'm in quarantine. I did feel not good um, in like yesterday and the day before, but I feel like now I'm feeling much better. Let me know in the comments if you can hear me, by the way. I hope that everything is good. And let me know in the comments if you have any tips for feeling well, because right after I came from the antigen test that I did, I was like freezing. I was freezing. It was so freezing, even though it wasn't really cold outside. Maybe in Israeli terms, but yeah. So that's my current situation. I am feeling good, um, and yeah, I can't wait to go to the outside world, get back to work. But thankfully, we have this technology. It's called technology, so we can communicate. Let's see. Some of you guys are saying take what? Take ivermectin, and thank you so much. Wow, the comments are going so fast. Anyways, so yeah, this is it. This is regarding COVID, but I did not want to necessarily talk about COVID, even though I do have to mention that I got COVID, even though I'm vaccinated 3 times. Still, I got it. Cases in Israel are on a dangerous spike, even though a lot of people are vaccinated here. So it does raise a lot of questions, a lot of doubts. But another really worrying thing that's happening in Israel, and I was shocked when I woke up in the morning. Not just having COVID, but also I heard this morning that um, the Israeli police was using um, a spying software to spy on Israeli civilians. The Israeli police was invading into civilians' privacy in Israel and just spying on them to get information. So you have to understand how outrageous this is. The top trending news in Israel. If you want to know exactly what all of Israel is basically talking about right now, it's about this maybe not Pegasus, but a spying software used by the Israeli police to spy on civilians. So basically what they would do is use this spying software to hack into somebody's phone without a judge's warrant, and they would use it to get information, to look for supposed crimes, and just have all of the information that's on your phone. And we all, it's not about having something to hide. Phones, your things are private. Do you want to share your phone with your police? Do you want your strangers to enter your phone and to see exactly what's happening, your messages, your photos. This is absolutely outrageous. It's the kind of software that is used by security agencies to prevent terrorist attacks, to spy on terrorist organizations, Hezbollah, Hamas, ISIS, and was used against civilians. They invaded people's privacy. They even, it was reported on the news. It's huge. You have to understand. It was reported on the news that they even spied on the, I think that she was then the director of the Ministry of Justice. They used to spy on her with this software to get information. She said it was only because she criticized the police. So this is truly outrageous. There is a lot of scandals right now happening in Israel with the police. The Israeli public does not trust the police. I can say that the majority can say that if they encounter with police in Israel, they do not trust the police to keep them safe. And that's actually very, very saddening because we should trust them. There should be mutual trust. But as of now, Israelis are having a really hard time doing that, especially because they were lying on television, not providing with answers. And until journalists themselves had to uncover this truth, journalists and others. So this is really, really worrying, a worrying trend to see how police is spying on civilians, invading people's privacy. You don't have to be a criminal. You don't have to be a criminal. You only have to be interesting enough for police to enter and invade your privacy. And this is really, really worrying. I would not be surprised. Maybe it happened to me. I don't know. But they basically look for dirt. I don't know. I hope to see more explanations regarding that because privacy is important and privacy should be preserved. But the other topic that I want to cover, and while talking, I am seeing your comments. So thank you so much for all your health wishes and recovery wishes. My throat still sores a little bit, but I just can't keep silent. I had to talk to you about some very important issues. And what's more contagious than COVID is the lies about Israel and what's happening around us right now. Second topic that I want to cover is Biden. Basically, let me pull that up. Because it's really outrageous. It's really outrageous what's happening right now. Let's watch it together, actually.
Iran's Foreign Minister Hussein Amir Abdullahian welcomed sanction relief implemented by the U.S. on Saturday, but called for more tangible things happening on the ground, stating what happens on paper is good, but it is not enough.
باید در عمل حسن نیت خودشون رو نشون بدن. حسن نیت در عمل از نظر ما این هست که بر روی زمین اتفاق ملموسی رخ بده. لغو بخشی از تحریم ها به معنای عینی و واقعی
Hold on. I have to stop this. Just to give you a background, basically, you are hearing an Iranian minister saying that the United States should do more for the sake of Iran. And now that's happening after Biden removed some sanctions imposed formerly by Trump. And he basically signed a waiver as a gesture to keep the Iranians talking, basically, and to talk them into the JCPOA agreement, into the Iran deal. That's really horrible. He also agreed to unfreeze $29 billion from Iranian assets in banks outside of Iran. And now, so basically Biden removed sanctions, unfroze billions of dollars in Iranian assets. And then we are hearing this Iranian minister. Let's hear that again.
لغو بخششون رو نشون بدن. حسن نیت در عمل از نظر ما این هست که بر روی زمین اتفاق ملموسی رخ بده.
Yeah, he's basically saying
لغو بخشی از
that
تحریم ها.
that's really outrageous. So he was basically saying that Iran expects more from America, and the red line is removing sanctions, all of the sanctions. Now, all good, but my question is, what is the United States getting from this? Because Biden is removing sanctions, he's unfreezing money, but the United States is not getting anything from this. What he's doing, Biden is putting the United States in danger, the Middle East, and most importantly, America's ally, Israel, in danger. This appeasing attitude is gonna get nothing. It's gonna give nothing to the United States, nothing but destruction. Because one thing that you have to notice, you see Israel working together with the Arab world, even countries that we don't have relations with, and it's all united against Iran, against the Islamic regime that's sowing nothing but terrorism and destruction across the Middle East. And Biden should take a look at that. And instead of trying to appease, he wants to work with Iran that's using Iranian money to sponsor terrorism across the world, instead of helping the Iranian people that don't have jobs, water, food. Biden wants to appease them just to keep the bad guy talking. He unfroze $29 billion. He removed some sanctions. This is not the way. Before going live, I spoke with an Iranian friend of mine that is currently in Tehran, and I asked him, so do Iranians support removing the sanctions? Do Iranians love Biden? And they sent me this meme that I just have to share with you. They basically said that this is how Biden is perceived by Iran, by the Iranians as well, that Biden is basically bowing before the supreme leader of Iran, Khamenei, that's playing him and making him look like a fool. This is just outrageous to see that. But not only that, I do have to show you, this is how the Islamic regime treated U.S. sailors back in 2016. Let's watch it.
News for Iran after capturing and humiliating 10 American sailors who accidentally crossed into Iranian waters last month. That country's top naval command.
Look at that. Look at that. They are being held like that by the Islamic regime. U.S. sailors. They humiliated your soldiers, U.S. troops, and yet Biden is trying to appease them. Does this make any sense to you? If that's not enough for you, check out this video. This is how... let's turn that down a bit. This is Iranian lawmakers showing their love and gratitude to the United States of America. As you can see, they are burning the flags of the flag of the United States and chanting "Death to America." And this is happening in the Iranian parliament in Tehran. Parliament, right? They don't really have any democracy or decision making. But this is how the Iranians are treating the United States of America, burning your flag, chanting "Death to America," and then Biden wants to make a deal with them. And that while we're talking about the Islamic regime, I do want to make a difference because the Iranian people are not the Islamic regime. This is how Iranian people treated the US flag. Let me mute that. We don't really need the sound here, but basically what we are looking at is the Iranian regime put the flag of the United States on the floor so that students will step on it at the entrance to the university. But as you can see, they refuse to step on it. They go far and beyond to not step on the American flag and respect America. Now, back to what my friend was telling me is when I asked him whether Iranians love Biden or not, he was telling me that Iranian people want sanctions. They don't like Biden. If you go into the Persian media, you'll see them mocking Biden. You'll see them making these memes of Biden bowing before Khamenei, because they understand that their only way to gain freedom is to stand up to the Iranian regime. And yes, maybe it's not good for them to have the sanctions to the Iranian people, but they are at a point where they have nothing to lose. They feel like, really, they have nothing to lose. That's why you see people protesting in the streets, or women removing their forced hijabs, risking going to prison, because they really feel like they have nothing to lose. So they really felt like Trump gave them hope, and gave them real hope. I want to show you a rare photo taken a few years ago by an Iranian soldier that was sent to me a few years ago. This is him taking a photo, and it reads, "We love Israel. Iranian soldiers love Israel." Even the Iranian soldiers, they love Israel. They hate what the current Islamic regime is doing. So not just to talk about that, let's even go further. Let's show you this clip that the Islamic regime made about how much they love Biden and the United States of America. Let's roll this. This was aired on Iranian TV. Let's play that again. Did you see that? Bombing the White House. This is what the Islamic regime is promoting. Seeing this. And yet Biden wants to negotiate with the Islamic regime and bring them back to the Iran deal. Now, I know that most of you guys, we're old people. We wanna wake up in the morning, go to work, then go to sleep, spend time with family, and enjoy life. But you need to understand that if Iran will sign a nuclear deal with the West, this will affect the entire world. Because what's happening right now is that the Islamic regime is basically playing. They are playing the West. They think that Biden is stupid. And actually, I don't blame them, because Biden is really making a lot of huge mistakes. We've seen what's happening in Afghanistan. Biden left Americans stranded in Kabul, in Afghanistan, and basically left Afghanistan in the hands of China and Pakistan. And there is a huge humanitarian crisis there. People are losing, women have lost their rights, and it's really horrible. The Taliban is fully controlling Afghanistan right now. And you clearly see lack of leadership, lack of decision-making. And I also want to show you this, introduce you to a very nice gentleman. I'm joking, of course. His name is Hussein Tayyab. He's the head of Iran's Revolutionary Guard intelligence services, and he's one of the closest person to Khamenei. Now, he promised that Israel will be destroyed before the 80th Independence Day of the revolution that happened in 1979. So this is what they are talking about. This is their ideology. You see hate in this man's eyes. This is just unbelievable. Like, sometimes I feel like this is the kind of truth that Biden is trying to ignore. I don't know what, because you clearly see if Israel is working together with the UAE, Bahrain, many other countries that we don't even have relations with, but still working together, united against Iran, then clearly you have to be stupid to not realize that the problem is not Israel, is not the Arab world, it's Iran. Iran is the reason for 99% of the problems in the Middle East. And the Middle East could have been a really amazing place, like paradise, if we could remove this Islamic regime that controls the lives of Iranians and also tries to expand their evil empire to the entire Middle East. So this is exactly something that should worry all of us. I pray that God will save America from Biden and will save the world from Biden, because this decision making is really leading us to a really, really worrying place. And oh yeah, I'm seeing, let me read some of your comments. I saw someone wrote, India should follow Israel, France. What? France or China? I also feel like we should support India in this fight, because Biden's decision making is horrible, and it causes the West to decline, and we see a growing East. And in this era of growing East, we should stand and support India, because this is really, really incredible to not support India. We have to support India, the largest democracy in the world. Somebody commented, Iranians are not murdering Palestinian children. Well, this is exactly what these haters are trying to do. They're trying to portray Israel as a child murderer and Israel as a human, a war criminal. Now, I served in the Israel Defense Forces. I fought Hamas in the Gaza Strip, and later became a combat medic where I treated Syrian civilians injured from the civil war, and also Palestinians. I did not murder Palestinian kids. In fact, when I served in the Israeli army, Palestinian children would come to me because they knew that they could play football with me. I could give them snacks or even share my meal with them. They were not scared of me. If you want to support the Palestinian people, you need to stand with Israel, the one country that actually fights for their freedom and gives them jobs, electricity, water, while their leadership is taking their money. Their corrupt leadership is trying to sustain this conflict because they are gaining from this. It's really, but the best way how I deal with these Israel haters is I just tell them, you know what? And I do know that we have some haters here. So I invite you to come to Israel. Come to Israel, see the truth for yourself. Don't believe my words. Don't believe my words. Go to Israel and see the truth for yourself. And then tell me how we're murdering children and all these other lies. You know, because if Israel didn't exist, the Palestinians would be in a really, really bad place. Trust me. Wow, and I have to say, you guys are amazing. Thank you, George, for wishing me a quick recovery. Paula Kraus is saying, thank you for sharing this with us. I really love this, this way how I can put your comments on the screen for everyone to see. So feel free to comment, and I'll put your comments on the screen. Let's see. Okay, this is another funny comment. Israel demolish innocent people home in West Bank. I made a video about it, so you are free and welcome to watch it for yourself. But I'll put it in short. Israel demolishes homes of illegal settlers, including Jewish and Palestinian. There is law and order. That's what we have in Israel, just like any other country. If you decide that you want to build your house in a random park in New York, in Germany, in Berlin, you will get evicted and your house will be destroyed because there is law and order. You know, you need to get permits. So it's very easy to put the blame in Israel and to film videos and make Israel look very bad, but you can't change the truth. Doesn't matter how hard they work to do that. So let's see what else. Somebody said thoughts on Indonesia. I love Indonesia. I think that there is a great future for our alliance between Israel and Indonesia. There were Indonesian delegations coming to Israel. Unfortunately, they still don't feel comfortable enough to talk about it publicly. But Indonesia is a very important country, and we know that in Israel. So we do want relations with Indonesia. Let's see. Somebody said, Hanania, no matter how much you say the truth, they won't believe you. I do believe in telling the truth. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict is complicated. What's happening in Iran, in the Middle East, is complicated. But I do believe in simplifying the conflict, simplifying these headlines for you, and create a conversation. I'm not trying to humiliate people like my haters are trying to humiliate me or put me down. I'm trying to converse and make friends. I think that this is the base for mutual understanding. But some people don't want to have a mutual understanding. They just want to spit at you, spit lies mostly, or mixed information. And that's basically what they're trying to do. But we're not going to let that happen. I'm making a lot of people angry, and I'm happy about it, because I don't care if people feel angry when they see the truth, because the truth shall set them free. That's what I believe. Let's see what else. Wow, so many of you guys are wishing me to feel well. Thank you so much. I've been taking some vitamins, C and D, stuff like that. So I do feel good. And if you have any ideas for future videos once I get out of quarantine, I'd love to know, so I can create more. And let's see what else. Wow, so many comments. It's so hard to keep up with it. Wait. I followed you even when you were on Twitter, and I love your podcast. Sorry to hear you've got COVID. Wishing you refuah shlema. Toda rabah. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's really, really so thoughtful of you to comment these stuff. Somebody's recommending to take ginger tea. I do have ginger. You know what? I'll take your advice. Take zinc. I don't have zinc. I will have to order this. I can't leave the house. So that's the one thing. Make a video about house demolition. I did make a video about that. Go to my YouTube channel and watch it. It's very important. And I also do want to tell you guys, first of all, from a personal perspective, I have to thank you for your continuous support. I do have some surprises on the way for you, so stay on the lookout for that. Surprises that will make Israel's haters even more angry and you more happy. But yeah, so I do have to say thank you for your support. Make sure that you are subscribed to my YouTube channel, connected with me on Instagram, and following me on Facebook, so that we can continue telling the truth, because we are stronger, much stronger when we're together. Somebody said haters are all from Pakistan. I do get a lot of hate from Pakistan, but sometimes I do get good comments. Ginger lemon cinnamon tea. I had COVID a month ago. Yeah, this is my first time having it. Somebody commented, "Sir, you watch Bollywood old movies?" I did watch Kuchi Kochi Otae. That was the only one that I watched. I did watch a few more, but I love watching Indian movies. They are amazing. Shalom from Spain. Thank you, Ramon. Thank you. Anyway, so I guess that'll be. Thank you guys so much for joining, and please let me know in the comments if you have any ideas for future videos, because I will be reading your comments. I'm stuck at home. I'll be reading your comments. And secondly, let me know, should I do more of these live streams where I can put your comments and have fun together? Let me know. But until then, have a good night from Israel, good evening from Israel, or good day wherever you are. Bye-bye.